Hello everyone, welcome back. So last time I showed you this ship. This is my second Machariel. I have bought this ship for PvP only, and of course it will be built for PvP only. Now, up until this moment I've been thinking about the build for this ship, and I kind of already have an idea for it. I will show you the current build. Of course the current build will be changed. And I have the tradition to first learn to fly the ship before I actually use it for PvP, so I will start with the ship's characteristics and traits. Now, the Machariel is a angel ship. They have a very interesting set of characteristics and role bonuses that I'll be showing you right here. They are incredibly fast. They're one of the fastest ships in the game, and that also includes a battleship. They're usually, like all battleships in the game, are usually slow, but the Machariel is a exception to that. It's actually as fast as a cruiser. It warps incredibly quickly, and it's also very fast with a afterburner or a micro warp drive. And they also have very nice bonuses on turrets, mainly DPS, tracking, and fall-off. Now this is my current build using C-type auto cannons. The B-type and X-type and A-type cannons are very expensive. I cannot afford them right now, and I don't know if I will afford them in a very long time. But the C-type are also, they're still doing a very decent job. 1.7k DPS, not bad. I definitely can improve that quite a bit with other rigs and better skills. A scrambler painter, web, and neutralizer. Now I might also switch the target painter for another neutralizer, just for safety. And you already know, with the recent update, the battleships became a very easy target for hunters. So for missions, you definitely want to have excellent protection against interceptors, destroyers, bombers, frigates, and all the ships that can jump you and that can cause problems. And these are the low slot modules. So far I like how that build looks. Now onto the rigs. I have dual collision accelerators and one burst. We'll change that to be the other way around, 2 burst and 1 collision accelerator. That would improve the DPS quite a bit. And the rigs that I have to change are the engineering rigs. I really need to have warp core optimizers. Most likely will be warp core optimizers level 3 or tier 3 to, have some protection against attackers, against hunters, and things like that. I had these rigs laying around, so I just decided to see how the ship will work with those rigs. It's very fast. It's incredibly quick. This ship is incredibly quick for a battleship. All right. So let's see how this ship will work in a simulated environment. Okay, I found this little destroyer chilling on the planet here. I'll just orbit it. Hopefully, they're not going to be scared about this behemoth orbiting them. And all right, let's turn on the modules and let's see how the ship looks when everything is activated. 2.6k DPS, that's not bad. I definitely can improve that to be at least 3.5. That's at least my goal. So far I'm very satisfied with that DPS. Now the survivability does seem to be a little bit lacking here. Angel ships are not known to be tanky. They're very fragile targets, including the battleship, but their speed and DPS does compensate on that. This is the targeting menu. It's a very large signature radius with the micro warp drive, but the scan resolution does seem to be a little bit small for a battleship. It's still easy to get scanned, and the velocity 1.3 kilometers per second, almost 1.4 kilometers per second. Overall, doesn't seem to be too bad. It looks to be pretty good. With the afterburner, the ship goes around 1 kilometer per second, which is also very nice. Alright, well, I'll leave this little Talvar here alone. That means time for me to go and to have some fun with this ship. Now, when I go to do PvP only with this Machariel, I will definitely change the rigs, because this ship, despite being quick, it's an easy target, especially if you are in low sec, and if you are hunting people in low sec, then you want to have warp core optimizers. It's usually, it's very easy to get swarmed if you are in a faction battleship. I've seen a lot of these ships go down. I have been participating in destroying a lot of these ships, so I know what to look out for. But overall, let's see how this build will work when actually shooting at something. I also thought about trying out the sniper build for the Machariel. I think that would also be very good. I did try that once, I think a month ago or something. I did try that, and I loved the alpha damage on this ship. It was pretty good. One thing that I forgot to change here are the drones. You can use large drones, they don't have any problems with hitting the NPC targets. But for PvP, I still recommend medium drones for PvP, because they can chase frigates, destroyers without a problem, while heavy drones, large drones, can struggle against chasing fast targets. Did have an example of that, and yeah, the large drones definitely have a couple issues with chasing frigates. So medium drones for PvP would be excellent. Of course, you can carry large drones if you stumble upon a large ship to shoot at. Now, as for the DPS, I think my skills are not maxed out yet. If I recall, I did kind of reset some skills back in the day when I was trying to max out cruisers. So I think I did sacrifice some skills for the Battleship. At the moment, I am working on that too. So definitely room for improvement for the DPS on this ship. Now, the main thing about angel ships, like I said before, is their speed, warp speed, and overall DPS. They're very good for that, very good for sniping. So that's how I plan to use this ship. And I know I've been asked if I would do solo PvP in a battleship. I don't think that solo PvP in a battleship is a good idea. Mainly because these ships are slow and they cannot hit small targets that good. Now, having neutralizers, webs and scramblers is definitely going to help a lot, and with those modules you can hit them. You kill their capacitor, and when you kill their capacitor, they lose their speed, and you web them, and you scramble them, and they don't have anywhere to go. Stationary or slow moving small targets are easy to hit with a Machariel. That was where I was worried a little bit. I didn't know how efficient it would be against that type of target, but it turned out to be quite good. So I'm definitely going to keep using neutralizers. A Nosferatu or another neutralizer would be good. That will definitely take a hit on your capacitor, but the trade-off should be good. You can basically kill the capacitor of cruisers, interceptors, destroyers and other frigates within a cycle or two, so that should help you surviving attackers quite well. And I also thought about using a cloaking device. Now that might sound very weird, But in low sec, I'm kind of a, well, high profile target, let's face it. People want me dead. That's something that is a fact at this moment. So a cloaking device can be a good idea if I can warp away and cloak before I can get scanned. Now, I've read some things about cloaked ships being scannable or probable, and I think that was a bug, glitch, should be fixed, I hope. So that might work. But if I decide to go with a cloaking device, which is a very odd and very weird, I would call it a very cursed build, then I would have to add some targeting rigs, because the cloaking device will kill it will butcher my targeting speed. And battleships have slow targeting, have slow lock-on time by default. So yeah, the hit from that would be noticeable, and it would be, well, it would be quite big. So that's also open up to debate. Might be a good idea, might be a terrible idea. I'm interested what you think about that. Because it would be kind of tough if I have, let's say, if I have criminal and if I have to wait out the timer and if I get chased in the system. It is a fast ship, but it cannot outrun a lot of other ships. So that might be kind of tricky, but I'm sure that I'll manage. Having neutralizers will help. Of course, I have to be extremely careful, because I remember seeing a lot of big fleets roaming in the low sec systems. Do not want to get caught by a fleet like that, so I think having the ability to cloak would be a lifesaver. And now I have to test that out, so I think I still have a lot of testing to do to see how it would work. I still prefer cruisers for that job until the Black Ops battleships are released, which I think will happen. It has to happen at one point. Now, not quite sure if the Nestor can fit a cloaking device or a covertops cloaking device. Haven't looked at that ship that often. And speaking of the Nestor, that might be the next faction battleship that I will get. I mean, already having like 2 Machariels, Nestor would be pretty nice. It is a drone boat that's also good at remote armor repairing, so we will see how that will work. And tier 10 is around the corner. Well, I'm actually kind of a little bit far away from tier 10, but I might buy combo and just speedrun it. I don't know. We will see what I'll do about that. But tier 10 around the corner, and with tier 10 we are going to have a lot of new and nice targets. Now, speaking of targets, so far this ship does run missions quite well. No, I mean, high sec, I'm pretty much safe from any attackers, although I have been scanned like 50 times by now, but that's not a big deal. In high sec you cannot get attacked, so it's perfect for testing out ships and new ship builds. Now, I have to admit, the Machariel is definitely one of the prettiest ships in the game, one of my personal favorite hull designs. This ship just looks awesome in this way. Its camouflage pattern looks amazing. And I have the skin for it, the Valentine skin for it that was gifted to me, the permanent one. But I still prefer, and I still like the classic skin on this ship. It really looks very well. I kind of don't know how to describe the design. I guess it looks like an old ship, but that doesn't mean it's bad in any way. I mean, the lore behind it says that it is a ancient ship design, So yeah, it definitely does hold to that extremely well. Okay, let's mow down these cruisers and then I can move on to the next mission. Now, orbiting with the ship is, I don't know, I feel it's kind of weird because with the battleship you should keep your targets at range, but the tracking does seem to be holding out quite well. Optimal range is around 15 kilometers, I believe, with the fall-off range 31 kilometers. You can build the ship to have a 100-kilometer range with the autocannons, but you lose a lot of the DPS for it. When they introduce ammunition in the game, then you would be able to extend the range on the autocannons by quite a bit, and I'm very much looking forward to that. That would allow me for some very interesting builds. Ammunition will change the game quite a bit, because then you would be able to choose between range or DPS, even with short range or long range weapons, which is very important, and it will definitely add a lot more to the gameplay. Now, how will ammunition be implemented? I don't know. Hopefully it is like in EVE Online, where you have to buy ammunition. That would be the best solution. Of course, ammunition will not be expensive, and it will be a thing that's on high demand at all times. So ammunition manufacturing will be nice. Alright, and on to the last little encounter. Overall, I'm happy how this ship works. Now, this might sound weird, but I still prefer my cruisers over battleships, because they're very fast. My Cinnabal has roughly the same DPS as my Machariel, for example. So, of course, it's an angel ship, and Cinnabal, I'm actually maxed out for the Cinnabal, which is, I mean, not surprising. Been flying that ship for like 5 months now, and I have been enjoying every second of it. 20.24 kilometer range with the neutralizer. Yeah, that is more than enough to disable any incoming frigates. I've been thinking about getting a Balgor or a Vindy, but I don't kind of like these ships. Vindicator is actually amazing. That ship has a very good DPS, very good bonuses, but I kind of felt that the ship is feeling a little bit vulnerable. Again, might be just me. I just prefer quick ships. Even if it has to be a battleship, I prefer it to be fast. And Machariel so far does fit that category pretty well. Overall, an amazing experience flying this ship so far. And my main ship, my main Machariel, being stuck at null, will be there for some time. We will see how the PvP Machariel will do. I personally can't wait to roll this thing out. Again, I'll be a primary target. That's to be expected, and that's fine, to be honest. I should be able to fend off any attackers without a problem. But of course, that is still out of there, and we will see what will happen. So far, haven't lost a battleship. I don't plan on losing a faction battleship. These things are extremely expensive, and I am kinda broke at the moment, as you can see, so I have to be very careful at what I am doing. I've seen some B-type modules on sale. They are ridiculously expensive. They're so expensive that it's better to just shoot down a ship that has these modules equipped. So that is something that I kind of have in plan. and hopefully soon those modules will be out, and I'm pretty sure that people will use them for missions and for PvP. Hopefully they will drop. They're definitely going to be very, very expensive, and I'm definitely going to be very happy when I get my hands on a module like that. Alright, well, that was fun. Overall, I am very satisfied with how the Machariel works. I'm very happy with this fit. We'll change the rigs, and after the rigs are changed, I'm going to roll this thing into PvP only, and well, I'm looking to see what kind of targets we will get. Alright, well, thank you for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed. Stay safe, fly safe, and I'll see you next time.